Leo, welcome back. The cards have been pre-shuffled, so I'm going to get right to your reading. And, got a lot of bright yellowy, sunshiny colors here coming up, huh? I like it. I haven't seen that before. Just kind of caught my eye, all that yellow. And I like your overall energy. It is the world. You see the world with your person. So regardless of what's happening here, that's kind of how you're seeing things. All right. I think, Leo, you tend to be a center of attention, the type of person that has it all, but you're not feeling it right now. You're not feeling like you've got all the things you need to be complete as a person. And I think that really comes down to the fact that you are generally that person, but because your person isn't with you right now, or there's some issue coming up, or perhaps you are looking for someone new because of all the issues. There's something that you miss. But whoever you have your sights set on, it's definitely somebody that you see fertile ground with, but you don't know that yet. You're just getting some first impressions. So it's not this, and while this energy is on the table, it's not in the upright just yet because you are still checking this out. And this could be with a person you've been with before, but and then coming back around and checking it out. You sense the possibility that your person wants you very much, but they aren't showing it just yet. Now, if it's a reawakening of your relationship or a new one, definitely you're sensing that attraction, but it's not going anywhere just yet. Hopefully it's just because it's too new or it's too raw, and but your person is feeling the same way. And I say too raw because sometimes, when you come back to want to get back in union with someone that you love, there's obviously a lot of concerns and fears, that are associated with that. I mean, I know we shouldn't live in a state of fear, but there are things that need to be weighed and considered before anyone jumps in. So that the caution makes sense, right? I think you feel a little like your person is a little. They feel a little trapped. Maybe. Oh. Leo, are you involved with someone where there's a third party? Because I think that you sense your person feels a little trapped by someone else. Now, it could be you. It could be that they feel trapped in a situation with you, and I don't know what's going on between you guys enough to know why that would be, but that can happen within for two people who are trying to come back together, or can't quite break out of the cycle that they're in. But I am sensing that what's happening is that your person is a little trapped by someone else. Maybe it's a prior relationship. Maybe it's just they're hanging on to their finances because, even when it's long over, people are always interested in somebody's wallet, right? Let's see. You see your person as a very, well, this could suggest that they're married, actually. So this, maybe we're on to something with this story here. But for not for all of you, in many ways you see this person as the type of person that you could have a real good partnership with in terms of having a give and take relationship and agreeing on things together in a partnership way, that they're that type of material. You are a Page of Cups right now. You've got you want to look at everything with childlike wonder, and you want to give your cup of love, but it's kind of going nowhere right now because probably because you're a little confused about the situation here. It could be that you're worried that they're married, but they aren't really. But the fact of the matter is you're in the dark about something here. But you sense that your person feels some type of entrapment of some type, or being trapped. Entrapment is a whole other, yeah. You make up words when you're taping on camera, right? Hopefully not very often, but all right. Yeah, what you have to offer right now, you're not feeling really confident about. That's why it's a little fishy. But not that what you have is fishy, but you don't seem to know exactly what moves to make with your person, where you're at right now. So holding back on giving anything is kind of stands to reason. You're also a King of Pentacles, but here you are also in reverse. A king doesn't really need anyone. And you know what, Leo? If there ever was a king, the king of the jungle, I think, Leo. Yeah, or the king of the something. But aren't lions? Yeah. So you definitely have plenty of resources and I'm not just talking about coin. You might not have a lot of coin, but you have a lot of other types of resources, inner resources, all kinds of resources, love. And you probably are the type that generally likes to give gifts to show affection. And it doesn't mean you're trying to buy your person. It's just a tendency to want to show your affection through wanting to please, your person with something, with a surprise, that kind of thing. But right now, I don't think you feel like you're in control of the situation at all. And I don't think you feel like you're in a position to use those talents. And frankly, even though normally you're fine being on your own, just like here, which is interesting, it's also in the vertical here. You see your person as that, but you're also that. So, in the sense that you saw your person as being capable of being on their own, and not necessarily needing somebody, because that's part of what this card means. But also, a king in general, all kings have that tendency as well. It's just that it's being displayed in a different manner. It's being, what's the word? It's manifesting in different ways, right? You see your person as having a conflicting worldview from yours. Hopefully it's not too drastic, but in this, let's look at this. We'll look at the vertical and the horizontal and see the connection to worldview here, so that we can get a grasp on how different we're talking here. You know what? Actually, you feel comfortable in social circles with your person and friends, so I don't think it's that different. But you see the potential. Maybe it's not so much politics and whatnot. It just might be how you view relationships and how they review relationships, but something about your worldview, and it has something to do with more of a one-on-one thing, because it's not a social. It's not so much of a social worldview that you have a difference on. But you're definitely going to see all these things through to the end. And it's not I don't see the world as the end of a relationship. I see it as to completion, in the sense that, a new day starts, but it's based on, being together, right? Okay, so let's move your cards aside, and we'll pull some cards for your person. And instead of using that deck, you may have caught the last reading or so that I have two decks. And they're both pre-shuffled, so we can get right to it without me losing the layout that I had from your perspective. I can refer back to it when necessary. Okay. And your bottom of the deck. And your person is feeling like they have to be their own stability. So in looking over how the story is going, and interestingly enough, right? Remember that? Your person definitely, it's not that they can't see you as that person to provide the stability, but they can't look to you that way right now. So I think your person's story has less to do with you. So let's see what's going on with them. And that doesn't mean that you aren't important to them. It's just that their love life is taking a back seat to whatever's going on, especially if they're in a marriage and they're trying to get out of it, or they're pulling on the purse strings. They got a lot of problems. You may not want to hang out, even if their situation is understandable. You might be like, you know what, I deserve better than this and I need to move on. Or maybe your person is so awesome that you want to see them through. So, it all depends on your interactions with them, right? Look, this doesn't always mean third party, but we've been talking about, because I generally see it as like you, your person, and something else, but it could be someone else. There's always a possibility of third party here, but there's definitely something that's breaking your person's heart about, about you in this, not you itself, but maybe the pain of not being able to move forward with you, or the way in which they are moving forward with you, that sort of thing, because something is causing a problem, or someone. Your person is a Knight of Pentacles. So, and especially if they're married, understandably so, they're not going to rush into something. They're very careful with their resources, and they want to check things out thoroughly before they jump into anything. They might think the world of you, but based on their experiences in the past, whether or not they're married or not, their experiences with other people, they may be a little bit gun shy about trust, right? Here's the thing. This is not in the upright though. So, your person is feeling a little stifled in that area. Like they're not even able to get started in that moving, but that's who they are when they do get started. I don't think they're making moves towards you right now. Let's see if we can figure out more about what's going on. I do see that they feel like they want a union with you. It's not, and it's almost like they do and they don't, but they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. So they have to go forward. They cannot, they're compelled to see it through, even if they're not acting on it at this moment. They have to. They don't know how to even stop themselves, right? They're flying blind, but they know what they want. So they do want you, but there's a lot of issues here that looks like. And I'm not saying this is true for everybody. Sometimes these messages are for the people who need it the most. All right. This is suggesting that your person sees you as someone who is, making sure that no one gets in who isn't worthy. And rightfully so, right? They're not sure, though, that there isn't some weak link in the armor, or I don't know if that's the right metaphor, but to try to get in. I think they want in, but they're trying to abide by the fact that you do expect certain things, and rightfully so, and that's probably why they're not coming in right away. They know they have to, and they're feeling a little brokenhearted that they can't right now, but they will. All right. Or they want to. It's kind of up to you at whatever point that they become more available to do so. They're a little tired of the fight. And so, and that would be in the upright. But the thing is that since it's not in the upright, they kind of worry that there's more of a fight ahead, and it's not necessarily a bad fight. Sometimes to be with someone, there's all this effort that needs to be put into it, and he's just a little tired of wielding that sword, which is the sword of communication, right? So not only is this person feeling like they must go forward, and they're not ready to yet because they need to do the right thing by you, they also see that as a huge mountain to climb, and they see you as kind of trapped in this situation with them because, you both feel this way. This suggests that it's not stuck energy, but it's not moving forward either. There is a holdup, but your person feels strongly, because this is a major arcana. These are the two major arcanas here, so these are going to be the strongest energies. they feel that what's going to happen between you will move forward, regardless if they're tired of the fight. They need to, right? Okay, and they know that you're suffering for this, right? Or, or at least you feel a little bound to the situation and not moving anywhere, right? Can't move anywhere. Okay. But they definitely see you as enlightened, or a person who has the ability to see past certain things and look at things in a more complex manner, because black and white thinking never works for anyone, unless they're also a black and white thinker, which has its own problems. But life's problems are complex, and they know you have that ability. So whatever came before, they see you're different, right? So right now they need to just let the world happen, let some things happen, and step away from making any moves at this time. All right. So let's see what the romance angels have to say. On one hand, I want to say, this is great. Your person seems perfect, but you got a situation to see through. But there's no guarantees either. So, the fact is, they know you do deserve better than this. So it kind of depends on, trusting your inner compass with it, right? Because, wow. All right. Deception. Now, by the way, deception, when I see it, is not a horrible red flag that it often is. Sometimes people have to wear a mask because there's just no point in getting into certain things. So they may not be telling you the whole story. Like perhaps they are married and they haven't told you about it yet. Now that's a huge deception, of course, but if they're not getting involved with you yet, they might justify it to themselves as not wanting to get into something, right? But for whatever reason, I'm not saying they're going to stay in this deception, but at least while you guys are in this situation, that's probably why they're not feeling real good, because they can't really be completely open with you, at least not at this point in your relationship, or at least not in this point of, if you guys were together once upon a time, you're getting back together, whatever the case may be, not quite ready for that. Okay. Religious factors. Now this has to do with worldview, right? We were talking about worldview. That card and this card to me are the same card practically, except for this is advices from the angels. And remember that we were thinking that it wasn't something that was like a social, so it wasn't probably politics and that kind of thing. It was something more of a one-on-one thing. It could be, my heart jumped when this thought went through my head, so I'm going to trust it here. It could be that even though they feel like they're not morally connected to this person anymore, the fact that the marriage has not been completely ended by divorce, annulment, whatever the case may be, they don't feel good about moving forward, even though maybe that person has long moved on and could be living with someone else, or for all you know. But maybe that's what's holding them back, is something that is just, it's about who they are and what they feel comfortable doing, and knowing that there's a discomfort with putting you through it as well. So it's kind of like a no-win situation, right? But here's the thing. It looks like your person does think it will move forward, and they definitely see you as the kind of person that they would try again with. Flirt. Okay, this is an excellent thing to do. You know what? Try not to get too up in their business. Try to respect wherever they're at and just be their friend right now. Maybe flirt, but again, you have the right to say this is unacceptable, and you want to move in a new direction. Hey, no one would blame you for a second. All right. So let's see. What does this say? Hang on. I have my glasses on straight because it's not as easy to read. Okay, so these are the cards. You might have seen them before. I made my own cards, and they're messages from your person, regardless of what the angels or what's going on in the higher spiritual plane. This is what's going through their mind, even if they're completely wrong. and it might be just what's going through their mind right now, something they're considering, not something they would actually say to you, but they might want to say it to you. Right? I feel like it's ruined, and we can't get this back with a fresh start. I'm leery of getting your hopes up if we move forward. You know what? That kind of makes sense. It's not okay. So you could be talking to someone that you were once with a long time ago in a fresh start. But either way, this fresh start could be with you, and it's new with you, and you never had that person before. But either way, it's like it's ruined from the get go because he's stuck right now, and you came into this person's life, right? Afraid of getting your hopes up. Now, they may see that this is going to get in the upright. This is a strong thing, but they can't tell you anything right now. They're dealing with this. All right, Leo, I hope that it gives you a little bit of clarity, or at least if this isn't your exact story, maybe I told you enough about the cards that you kind of saw a side story, and you can kind of see how this is something that you can work with this person or not. And I think that, like I said, if you follow your inner compass, you're always going to be okay. All right. So we'll talk again soon, and I hope you enjoyed your reading, Leo.